The cub, sleek, dark-scaled, eyes like molten gold, had been raised in the royal pit of Varnak Prime since it was born. One of the rarest species in the galaxy, a Zyran Nightfang, bred for loyalty, ferocity, and instinctual bonding with a dominant ruler of a system. That ruler was Empress Virella. Clad in woven stardust and bone-pierced armor, she stood at the center of the bonding arena. Her court watched from above, silent and breathless. The moment was historic. No Nightfang had chosen a monarch in over 4 generations. The cub stepped into the circle, small but terrifying. It growled softly. The Empress extended her arm. Come, child of teeth and flame. Kneel. Accept your queen. It sniffed the air, took a step forward, then another. Everyone held their breath. And then it turned, toward the human. He was no one, just a stray, a rescued medic named Elias from Earth, captured in the border wars, kept alive to tend wounds in the lower wards. He had once found the cub injured and starving behind the palace waste chambers, its leg tangled in metal wire. No one else dared to approach it. They feared the beast bite, but Elias hadn't feared. He had knelt slowly, whispered soft words it couldn't understand, and freed it. He had fed it with his hands, carried it back to the shadows, protected it from the gods. He called it Ash. Now, months later, Ash stood in the center of the arena, heart pounding, and walked past the Empress, right to the human. Gasps erupted. The Empress's eyes widened in fury. No, she growled. You will kneel before me. The cub turned and snarled, a real warning. It then pressed itself against Elias's legs, curling protectively around him. Its tail flicked with nervous affection. Elias raised his hands, panic in his voice. I didn't do anything. I didn't know this would happen. But the Empress was not hearing him. No predator mind bows to a fragile creature. Gods seize it, and seize him. But the cub leapt before the gods could move. It bayed its teeth, eyes glowing with a silver flame. The bond was made, the link irreversible. One god tried to touch Elias. His throat was ripped open before he could blink. Cool off your beast, someone shouted. Elias fell to his knees beside the cub. Ash, stop, please. No one's hurting me. And to everyone's shock, it listened. It stepped back, growling low, guarding Elias like a star-born wolf. The Empress trembled with restrained rage. You think this bond gives you power, she said. You are a prisoner, dirt blood, unworthy of a predator's loyalty. I didn't ask for it, Elias said quietly. But I didn't hurt him. I helped him. Maybe that's a difference. Then you'll die with it, she spat. But another voice spoke up. General Kreln, who had served the Empress for decades, stepped forward. No, he said. This is the first true bond we've seen in a century. The old text said a predator chooses based on soul, not title. The court murmured. The Empress's eyes narrowed. Are you challenging me, Kreln? I am preserving our legacy. The beast has chosen. To kill the human now would be to defy the law. She hesitated, then turned sharply. Then exile them both. Let them die on the cold side of the planet. See how long loyalty lasts when the wind turns to knives. Elias and Ash were thrown into the frozen wastelands of Virex Minor. No food, no shelter, only stars above and ice below. The cub stayed close, using its body to warm Elias. At night, it hunted small creatures and dropped the kills by his side. It never left him. Elias, in turn, built shelter from broken stone. He spoke to Ash every day, told him stories of Earth, of cities with lights and dogs and laughter. The bond deepened, and others heard of it. Whispers of the exiled human spread through the stars, that a predator had rejected the throne, that the Empress was afraid, that maybe power came not from force, but from compassion. Soon, warriors disillusioned by the crown's cruelty began to visit Elias in exile. Quietly, secretly, they brought food, knowledge, protection. A camp formed, then a village, then a movement. Years passed. When the Empress finally marched north to crush the gathering rebellion, she found not rebels, but a kingdom. At its heart stood Elias, older now, wiser. Ash, now grown, stood beside him, twice the size, eyes bright, fangs like silver swords. And an army stood behind them, not of humans, but of aliens who had seen what true loyalty looked like. The Empress raised her weapon. One last chance. Submit. Elias stepped forward. I never wanted your throne. I still don't. But if power means ruling through fear, then no, I'll never kneel. Ash roared, and the army roared with him. That day, the Empress fell, and the galaxy changed, not because a human wanted power, but because a predator cub had once been shown mercy, and had never forgotten it.